hoping this is moving around like it's supposed to. I think we finally have the whole internet thing done, and I actually have good internet now, and I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. If you've been around for a minute, you know it's always hit or miss on whether or not they actually go live. So I'm pretty excited. I'm just throwing on some oils while we wait right here. I got my deep relief. I use that like all the time. I have my lemon, but I want to do a reminder to everybody. It is summertime. I am in the pool like all the time, right? Summer is my pool time. So it means I'm outside in the sun, which means you cannot put citrus oils on your skin in the summertime because if you do, it kind of magnifies the sunlight and you can end up getting like a sunburn when you go back outside. So like I use it a lot in my hair. You know, I just have my little diffuser going on, so I use it in my hair. I do diffuse it. I also eat my lemon vitality, my grapefruit vitality. I put those in my hot tea, hot water every single morning. So I still use my citrus oils. I just don't put them directly on my skin. Like usually you see me just putting those oils all over. I'm way more cautious with the lemon. A couple years ago, it's probably been 3 years ago now, I actually had used the lemon and then I touched my face, went outside doing my thing, and ended up with in the shape of my fingertips, a burn on my face. So I am much more careful with it now because I do not need to have weird hand shape burns on my face. So just that's from my heart to yours. And as you pop in, make sure you let me know what oils you are putting on. Because like I said, a citrus, I use citrus all the time, just not on my skin. I am also throwing on a little bit of Valor. You guys know all about the Valor. That is courage in a bottle. And since tonight we are talking about having that courage, having that confidence to do the things, like all the things, not just in Young Living, just the courage to follow through and to do the things. And I also want to point out, you've seen me just put the lemon on my hands and then I did it in my hair. You're going to notice I'm going to be really cautious for like the next few minutes. I won't take it, like this Valor, I'm not going to rub all over me because I know there's still lemon molecules on my hand. And I've already done the burn thing with them. I'm not doing it again. Hello, Melissa. So glad you are here. Yeah, Bergamot will do that to you hardcore. Same thing. I'm also throwing on some highest potential. We're going to talk about this one. You guys do know that your oils are a tool that you can use before you go do the things. Like Thursdays is all about business, but I still want to remind you that like highest potential, when you are out there doing the things, Valor, courage, highest potential, getting your place in a spot where you're going to more than what you ever expected. That's what highest potential is. It's more than like what you could even dream you could accomplish. That's highest potential. That is that vibration that you are putting out there. So grabbing your highest potential, taking that, putting it in your hand, rubbing it on over your chest, on your head, putting it on your little feet. That is highest potential. I know that I can't see how amazing my life could be. Like, right, we're limited, but the vibration, highest potential, that's bigger than that. You partner that with a little bit of Valor and maybe a little bit of envision. Oh, I can envision quite a few things. I can envision the things, right? So when I'm out and about and I'm looking to meet new people to introduce to Young Living, I am envisioning that these people are just going to fall into my lap. I'm going to run into them when I'm out and about and doing the things. I'm going to draw those people to me. That is envision. And you take that oil and you use your oils as a tool. You can use them as a way to speak more positively. A lot of us, we have so much negative that is spoken to our lives that we hear from the TikTok. I started to say radio. I'm going to show you how old I am. That we hear from TikTok and all the different things. We hear so much negative. Use your oils to create statements of faith, things that are more positive, so you can rewire this, because we do hear so much crazy stuff out there. So we want to change that. And today we are talking about confidence and clarity and closing. And when you say the word closing, especially, I don't know what it is with us Young Living people. We are unique and set apart. We are different because in most network marketing companies, which in case you didn't know, it's what we are. We're a sales company. Something about us when we start talking about the money that it costs for the product, or that there's a check, that we could end up getting a check, we all get all kind of weird and wonky. And I don't know why that is. why do we think, like, if you go to buy a house, is there a price for the house? There's a price. We know there. If I go get my hair done and they're going to trim it, and if I'm getting highlights because I want to do all the things, I know that the end of them doing my hair, there's going to be a fee. And usually when they're telling you what they're going to do, they'll tell you how much it's going to be up front. They don't get weird and wonky like, I'm sorry, it's going to cost a price for when I get my nails done. Because you guys now see how pretty are these nails. My guy is phenomenal. I absolutely love them. They're just fun things that I do for me. But when I go do it, I know that each little nail, there's a fee for it. I know that. There's a fee for all the things. As a matter of fact, if I'm on TikTok, and somebody's selling something like, oh, I want that. And I go to that page to look at the item. If that page says, message me for more information, and it doesn't tell me the price, I scroll off. You've completely lost me because I want to know up front, what is it going to cost me? Time, energy, money, because there's a cost to everything, right? So I don't know why we get weird and wonky in Young Living. Our products, oh, you'll make me cry. Our products change lives like nothing I have ever seen before. They just this one right here, Mineral Essence. Stinking game changer. This is a $40 life changer right here. It flips switches on like this. It is what literally builds the human body. Minerals, we are made of minerals, like legitimately minerals. We are made of the same thing that comes in salt. That's minerals. It's us. And this $40 of game changer. Why would I hesitate to tell somebody that? Why would I even for a second have to be nervous about that? And I think part of the reason why you might be having a problem, like this might be the thing, and I hope it flips a switch for you. I hope that you go, oh, that's the thing, is that when we're sharing, I know that you guys love your products. I know that you have got a story that is game changer, that is just means the world to you, and you want to tell everybody your story. And you're like, I tell people, but nobody cares. I literally answered somebody who said there just minutes ago in one of the posts that I had done. She said that I share with everybody about my migraine story. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. I didn't pay attention. I share with everybody. Nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to want. Nobody wants what I have. And I want to tell you that maybe it's some of these little bits. Maybe it has to do with what your perception of the value is. See, I perceive this mineral essence, I'm telling you, this is worth $200 a month. It is a game changer, life changer. If you are not on it, you need to order it. Like, I know you hear me talk about lots of stuff, but this one, you've probably heard me talk about thousands of times. I almost talk about mineral essence more than I talk about Ninja Red. Do you know why? Because it's really easy to get to drink the juice. The juice tastes amazing. So when I tell you it is this $50 bottle of energy and focus and being able to sleep and your beautiful immune system, you're like, I can get on board with that. But when I say you're going to take mineral essence and it tastes a little bit like butt, because it does taste a little bit like butt, especially if you're not used to it. It's harder to get you to do this, but I am telling you right now, as God is my witness, this will change your story. This will change your game. And because of it, I'm very passionate about it. And I am sure you have things that you're very passionate about, that you feel just as strong. You're like, no, Shannon, this is the one that's so important. And you could tell me why it's so important. You can be passionate about it. But do you give people the end? See, for me, after I chat with you about your little mineral essence, I would say, do you want to get the mineral essence and the Ninja Red, or just the mineral essence right now? Which one do you want to do? That's called clarity. See, clarity is giving them the to-do list. What are you going to do today? Are you going to grab just some mineral essence? Because you could get 2 of these and start here. Or did you want to get some of that juice too? What are you thinking? What is your plan? Or saying some simple things. These are some things that I did because I grew up in Flint, Michigan, broke. $11,000 a year, raising 4 children. There were 6 of us. We were broke, and honestly, we were some of the wealthiest people we knew. Like, we didn't hang around with people with money. Everybody we knew were broke like we were. So the whole, I can't afford it, I don't have enough money, in that thought process, that was a part of my whole world. So when I was introducing this to people, there were a couple things that came into play. One, I couldn't give stuff away free. I'm going to say this with love, and please love me afterwards. And listen to the whole thing. Don't just click out because I irritate you. If you are one of those people that just give samples of everything and you give away your oils and you think people are going to come back and just buy them, I want you to know right now from the love here, you're just an oil whore. You're why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? So think back to what our moms told us about being pure and taking care. If you're just giving it away, you are devaluing the product. So for me, because I'm sorry I called you an oil whore. I still love you, but that's what's happening. Now, I do oil people up when I'm with them. I throw oils on everybody, but I don't give them to them to take. I have them order them. So anyway, because everybody I knew was broke and because I was broke, people had to purchase their own stuff. I could not just give it away because I couldn't. I did not have it to give away. If I gave it to somebody else, it means I was taking it from my 4 children. So for me, that just was not, it wasn't an option. So I learned to do some things. I said, you've probably heard me say it before. I told you guys, the $50 bottle of mineral essence. Like, this is a game changer. I tie the price that I say very quickly at the very beginning. I'll say the price of something, and then I'm going to tell you the benefit, why you need it. And I never hesitate on the price because people will figure out what they're going to do. I guarantee that person that you think they have no money, they just can't afford it, Shannon, you just don't understand. I guarantee they have a $1,000 phone. Where are they at? Right here. I guarantee they figured out how to have a phone. These are $1,000. These don't come cheap. They figured out a way to do it. They might have done it monthly, but they're still figuring out a way to do it. People will figure out a way to do stuff when it is priority. So I made it priority. All of you that are on here right now, when you've got your mineral essence in your cupboard and you haven't been using your mineral essence, what are you probably going to do tomorrow? Or maybe even tonight? You're probably going to pull out your mineral essence because I have said it so many times how important this is. You need it. And it doesn't matter if it tastes good because it's not about the taste. The taste doesn't matter. It's what it's going to do in the cell. That's what this is about. $50 of game changer. I say that. If I'm chatting with somebody about the juice, I say, oh my gosh, this juice is a game changer. And you can do it a couple of ways. You can get like 51 singles that you can carry with you. It's around $140. Or you can get this kit that we have that's got 2 bottles and some singles. And it's got this bonus called Nitro that is like brain juice. You are going to love it. And that's like around $150. So it really depends. Do you want the convenience of the little packages or do you want to try that Nitro too? Which one works for you? Again, I threw the prices out there. You can do it for $140. That's our the 14-day reset kit. Or they can get what? Our Ninja Red, the little one that's got the 2 bottles. It's got a nitro. It's in there. It's around $145. It's back in their hands. They know the price from the beginning, and I'm giving them options. In my clothes was right in there. Did you hear it? Would you like to do the singles because they're super easy? Or do you think the one with the bottles and the brain juice in there? Which one are you thinking? I gave them a way to get started. I threw that in there. I didn't hesitate because what happens, I think, for most of us is we'll talk about the peace and calming and all the things about peace and calming and why it's amazing. Who's in love with peace and calming? Give me a little PC in the comments. PC, PC, PC. This is the one that is going to, oh my gosh, $40, less than $40, and this is going to chill out even your teenagers. This is the one. This right here. This is going to calm the whole house down. You may even name your first child after me with this one because you're going to feel so good. It's going to be amazing. So you might talk about this, but then when somebody says, well, how much is it though? And they do that, the minute they say that, your chin comes down just a little bit and your eyes go down because now you're trying to think of how you're going to answer that. Because you don't want to... and you get nervous. And the second you do, this is what you have to understand. We recognize these tiny little micro changes that happen in the face. We notice the eyes move. And even if the person doesn't say, why are you looking down? Do you think that's weird? Do you not think it's worth it? They don't say that, but their brain registers that. And the minute you change that and your cadence changes, even your cadence, the way you're speaking. So you are talking about how amazing it is and you love it and it does this. And maybe you're the science girl and you're telling them all the science behind it and they are on board and you know you are amazing. You are on fire. You are answering the questions. And then they ask you something that makes you nervous. And when they ask you that thing that makes you nervous and you go to answer it, your face will tattle on you instantly. It will tattle and it will say, ooh, she doesn't think it's worth it. Ooh, that price is sketchy. And those people register as danger. Ooh, I need to think about this. Now, they don't say that out loud. Instead, their posture changes just a little bit. Instead of leaning in all excited, they back up just a bit. They put their hands in front of them. They might even lean back in their chair. Because right now they're having to separate themselves from something that's sketchy and they don't know what it is. Or they ask you a question and you don't know the answer. You're talking about cleanses. Shannon's been doing cleanses. You're talking about the cleanses and you're really confident in 3 of the things, but there's 7 things that you're going to talk about. And you talk about the 3 things and they say, well, what about a digest and cleanse? And you're like, oh, I really don't know all the details on digest and cleanse. Digest and cleanses. Now look, Sam, look it up. Do you see that? It's a micro expression. I'm thinking, and they're registering. That's weird. Something's off. And they back up. They pull out of the conversation because this should be your answer. These are things I want you to practice so that you don't have those hesitations, because this is where that stopper is coming from. So when they say, what about XYZ? And you don't know the answer, I want you to be ready. I want you to practice this in a mirror. I want you to get in front of a mirror. I want your little eyes to be looking at yourself, and I want you to practice it. I want you to say, well, man, I really don't know about that one. Let's look it up together. Now, did you notice? I didn't have to look up for that. I didn't have to think about it because it was a true 100% clear answer. And it makes them feel like they don't have to know everything too. So learn to say, I don't know. Let's look it up in the book. Gosh, I don't know, but I can find that out for you. Gosh, I don't know. Let's call Young Living. Let's find out. There's so many different ways that you can still answer that with eye contact, with confidence, because when you say, I don't know, they don't go, well, she doesn't know very much. It's not their thought at all. Their thought is, oh, but there's a book that we can look at? Really? Oh, we can call the company and they will help us with that? Oh. And you can even say, yeah, we have like hundreds of products. I haven't tried all of them. I can't wait to try it. Hey, if you order that, can you tell me what you think about it? Because I haven't used that one yet. See, all of those are truthful. All of those your face will agree with. Every single one of those. They're all true statements. They're all statements you're confident in. And if you haven't used a product, why would you pretend? Why would you pretend you know all the things? I don't know all the things. I've been in Young Living since 2007. And I guarantee there are things that you're going to ask me about that I'm like, I don't know. Let's see what we can find out. Or I'll say, gosh, I have no idea, but I imagine. That's still truth. So I can still imagine what it would do, even if I haven't used it that way. Have you used that one rectally? Ooh, I haven't, but I imagine that one's a hot one. It's still true. And those people still register my face as confident. They register it and they go, yeah, we could try this. And start using some of those little bibbits that I said about how you close. We don't close the sale at the end of the conversation. We are creating a world where this person has to have it. They have to have it. I threw out the conversation. If I am talking about a diffuser, you will hear me say, oh my gosh, when you get your oil kit, it's going to have like 6 or 7 different oils. They all are different, but you're going to get a diffuser. And you're probably going to want to get more than one because you're going to want one down in your basement because, creepy crawlies. Who has heard me tell this before? Type in creepy crawlies if you have heard me tell this, because I take them through their house. I say, oh, you're going to want one in your basement because creepy crawlies. And you're probably going to want one in your kitchen. You're going to put your favorite ones in there. And in your bedroom, you're going to want a diffuser for you, for your daughter, because, you want to get those oils going when you're going to bed at nighttime. It's going to be amazing. And trust me, you're going to want a diffuser in every single bathroom in your house because gross, right? Listen. I say that every single time I'm talking about a diffuser. I have said that so many times. If you have heard me speak, I have shared that part. Seriously, comment creepies, basement creepy crawlies, if you have heard me share that before. And the reason I do is because I didn't go through the depth of all those oils. I just said you're going to get a bunch of different ones. I may talk about 1 or 2. But I took them through their house because while I was saying your basement, do you know what they were picturing? Their basement, where they would put a diffuser, which one they would want it in. And gross, I've got to get one for each of my bathrooms. So like I have 3 bathrooms. I better get one for each bathroom. They're seeing. Now, again, I didn't tell them what to do with the oils or how the oils work. I took them with one of the things, which is a diffuser, and I watched through their house, and now there's a diffuser in every single room in their house because they use their imagination. because they visualize the entire thing. I do the same thing with my juice. When I'm talking about that ninja red, I'm like, oh my gosh, that energy, that focus, you are going to feel so good. Gonna name a kid after me. I'm not kidding. Every single morning, you're just going to pour 2 ounces for everybody in the family, at least the family you like. it's, it's the same thing every time because I want them to picture in the morning, they're going to be pouring that. Or if you get those little packs, you can just throw them in the kids' lunches. So they can just open them up, unzip them in lunchtime, and they can have them. You can throw it in your bag. I'm helping them draw a picture. You won't hear me when I'm introducing somebody, or if I'm at a farmer's market, you won't hear me going through the science of how many of you guys were in the Ninja Red series we just did. We went over 12 days of Ninja Red, like in depth, each thing. You don't hear me saying any of that in those moments. In those moments, I want them to know we're going to give them some energy, we're going to give them some sleep, because those 2 things, taking this in the morning is going to give you a little bit of both. You're going to have a little bit more focus. It's going to be, I talk quick. I'm a quick talker. Anybody think I'm a quick talker? I'm a quick talker. But I'm telling them how they're going to use it, what they're going to do with it, because I want them to visualize taking that pack of Ninja Red and throwing it in their purse so they can drink it on their way to work. I want them visualize pouring the Ninja Red. I want them visualizing making sure that your favorite oils are right by your bed at bedtime. Your rutavala, that piece of calming, so you can throw those on before you go to sleep. So if we're talking to somebody who's really trying to get into a sleep cycle, I'm going to be telling her where she's going to keep them in her home. I'm going to tell her how she's going to throw them on her body. It's not going to take me 45 minutes to do so. Typically, if you want like real, honest truth, I only talk with people about 30 to 45 minutes before we get them started on their product. Because the truth is, people are in a hurry. And I want to honor their time. And I also know that they're really, oh, don't judge me, they're really not in their right mind until they start getting some nutrients, some oils, and some water in their body. Our brains are befuddled. It's a word. I'm not sure how to spell it, but they're messed up. So if I'm doing this hoping they're going to logic their way in, I'm going to fail every single time. Do you know what I sell? I don't sell juice. I don't sell oils. I don't sell supplements. I sell hope. Like, my job when I'm chatting with a new person, giving them that confidence, my job is to give them confidence. My job is to help them have clarity. And my job is to close the sale so they can experience those things. So I sell hope that their tomorrow is going to be different from their today. That elusive energy, they're going to get some of that. Doesn't mean we'll be perfect. Today, y'all, I literally woke up tired. I don't know how that works. I don't set an alarm. I just wake up when it's time to get up, and I woke up sleepy, tired, ready for bed, and I ended up taking a nap around 10:30 in the morning. Being in Young Living doesn't mean we're going to be perfect, and we have to stop selling that story, because then when something hits them, when you have an experience, you're like, why am I feeling XYZ? I thought Young Living was going to make me marry stinking Poppins. It's not magic, it's life. But in the moment, today, 10:30, when I finally went to sleep, I said, I can't do this anymore. And I laid down. Do you know what I did? I threw on some of my oils. I got super cozy. I took a nap. I set my sleepy timer, so I woke up at a good time. When I woke up, I went and I took my Super B. I drank my Ninja Red, and I feel amazing now. My body just needed a little bit of extra. And our job is to give people hope that those moments of just exhaustion can start getting better. That's our job. I don't know what's going to happen. You'll hear me say this all the time. If you've been to any of my classes, say it. I don't know what this will do for you. I have no idea. But what if it worked? What if this was your missing piece? And those are things that you can own. When I say closing lines, the closing happens as they're visualizing a future that says they have to have it. So when we get to the end and I say, okay, what are you going to start with? You want to start with like everything, like the kids kit? That kids kit we were talking about, it's around 140. I told you that. So you can get all of those right now, or you can get a few of them, and we could get you some of that juice. What do you think is going to work better for your family? It was not a yes or a no. It was not a, do you want to go home and think about it? My question was, do you want to get that whole beautiful kids kit, 140-ish, or do you want to get some of those and get the juice too? Or do you want to get both? Like, you can do whatever you want. See, the dollar amount is out there. I am confident. I am eye contacting. I am taking them with clarity through their choices. I think most of you guys do all the teaching. You tell them all the stuff, and then you forget to actually have them order the product. You forget to give them the, do you want this or do you want this or do you want everything right now? That's one of my favorite is, do you want to do that, the deep night essence that we were talking about, that root of Allah to be able to oil up, or just the juice? Which one are you thinking right now? So do you see all of those are what you would call closing lines? Every single one of those are a closing line. And we have to get comfortable. We have to learn to say those and we need to practice them. So if you're not used to throwing the dollar amount out there, take the three things that you talk about the most. Like, of course, one of mine would be what? Mineral essence, because I'm passionate about her. It would be the juice, because I'm passionate about her, right? It would be Super B. I don't think you ever hear me teach without talking about Super B. Super B, mineral essence, Ninja Bread, game changer if you do nothing else, life changer. If you're not using them, I need you to get on them like now. 20 bucks, Super B. You will never be the same. I'm telling you, it will change so many different things. Those are the words that I use. So when you say, how do you close? How do you close? I'm going to take that hope that I spread through the entire conversation and I'm going to say, did you want to start with the juice? You want to get that Super B? You want the mineral essence? You want to do all three? What are you thinking? It's all in their hands, right? Because they know it's around 150 bucks for the juice. Whichever one you're going to get, it's around 150. Whether you get the 130 for the 51 little singles, whether you do 145 and get your nitro too, it's all around 150. I always also like to estimate a little over for my greens out there who are going, this is not $40, Shannon. It's because I estimate over. I would always rather when they add it up, it be a few dollars less than it be a few dollars more. But I don't worry about that. I've never had anybody go, but Shannon, this is $42.17. I've never, you're worried about it too hard. And my sweet little greens, I need you to know that that's most people don't care about that decimal point like you do. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Our job is to help people feel better. The only way they're going to feel better is if they actually get the products in their hand. So regardless of the thing that you're going to talk about, because maybe you're a hormone queen, maybe you want to talk hormones 24/7, 365, that's fantastic. Have in your head what it would run for a little package of hormone stuff. So you can go to Young Living and make wish lists. I have a ton of wish lists on there. So if I'm talking aches and pains, I know I can shoot that wish list over to somebody and say, do you want to get everything right now? Because I threw it all in this cart for you. Or do you just want to pick 2 or 3? Like we talked about the juice in your Cool Azul and your BLM. What are you thinking? So knowing those core, you do not have to know every product that we have. You absolutely don't. You will never be able to talk about all those to any one person anyways, but knowing a few things about big deals. So sleep. Clearly that's something. Energy, that's something people care about. A little bit on our kids stuff. Now, keep in mind that all of our oils can be used on kids and animals, so you don't have to know that category. But the more that you can have just a bit, especially if you're doing something like farmers markets. One of my gals, actually a couple of my people, Stella and Tina, are both farmers market type people. So they have their things that they are the most passionate about, but they can bib it in and out of other stuff. And if you don't know it, what's your answer? Gosh, I have no idea. Let's look that up. Gosh, I have no idea. Let's call the company. Gosh, that's a fantastic thing. If you want to look that up and get back with me, that'd be amazing. I do that with a lot of my people that are actually in, just so that they have to go do some of the research themselves, because it's good for us to look stuff up and they find stuff and they're excited about stuff. I'm just saying. So have that confidence. Throw your shoulders back. We are over the next 4 days. I think it's 4 posts that we have going on in the 1090 group, which is the core business group that we have. We are talking body posture, what your face is saying, what different hand things do, what motions in your body do, because your body posture is speaking so very loud. Your facial expressions, every little expression, like you know what every little teenager is thinking. Like you don't have to question it because they haven't learned how to control their face. So the eye rolls and all that stuff. As adults, we learn how to control that a little bit better, but we still have micro expressions. So when your cells, your body can be in alignment that this is true, this is authentically you, that you are excited about it, all of these are going to line up with that truth, and people will feel that magnetically. They will feel that vibration. So those are just some things. And if you have questions, if you're like, well, what if somebody says this, how would I say that, post them in the comments, because I will go through and I will give you what I would say. But here's the most important part, because remember, micro expression, so you can't just quote me. You have to authentically believe it. So when I give you an idea of something to say, like $50 bottle, are you kidding? Mineral essence, this one is going to change the game, turn the brain on, all the things, you just gotta have it. I'm telling you, it tastes like butt, but you need it. So if you wrote that down word for word and you said it, but it didn't feel authentically you, it felt weird. It felt like you were like, not you, your face is gonna show it. And when your face is weird, people are gonna pick up. You know what? That face I just made, I guarantee is what it's gonna freeze on when it saves my video, because Facebook is crazy for that. I think it's an AI thing. Anyways, let's see. Worse than acute bronchitis. I got her wild, and I constantly prayed over her and made a different blend for inhaling. I love that, but I can't see the rest of the question, Judy. Anyway, post your comments over there. I will give it to you, and then I want you to rework my answer until it feels comfortable for you, until you can say it and you authentically believe it. So if I say this flips on every single switch in your brain and you're like, I don't know if it really does that, but minerals are really important for your body, and this is something that might help you. And you can authentically say that. It is more important for you to say what you can authentically say, that you believe, that your cells believe, than it is for you to quote something that I said that you're not sure you get. Does that make sense? Because your face will tattle. It will give it away, and that person will back right out of the conversation. And then the clarity portion, the most important part of the whole thing, is that you give them clarity. What is their next step? So you talked about the products because you love them. Did you give them the opportunity to grab them? And using an either or is the best way to do it. So we talked about that deep relief. It's really amazing in the BLM, in the juice. Now, did you want to get all three of those right now, or did you just want to grab that Cool Azul? What are you thinking? So either way, they're getting something. Cool Azul, 40 bucks. The whole kit and the caboodle, you know, all things that we just said, 150, 200 bucks. So you have to give them the clarity of what is your next step. Are we getting all of it right now, or are we just getting a little bit? So important. And through that conversation, making sure you're hitting on those bibbits, you're just going to see so much of a difference in your closes, the number of people that decide to jump in with you, and they're going to authentically, they're going to feel that. Today's post, I said, you know, how do you make people feel? Do you make them feel empowered? Do you make them feel energized? Do you make them feel hopeful? Because those are all things that I hope. Those are all things that I pray for when I'm doing my videos, that that you guys will leave with an excitement, that that you can help other people, that you can start doing some stuff for yourself right now to change how you feel. Like, that is my heart's desire, is that I make you feel stronger, healthier, more equipped, that you feel like I care about you. Like, those are things that matter to me, that I want to come across the screen. So what is it you are wanting when you are sharing with people? Are you wanting them to feel that? Are you wanting them to see that? Are you wanting them, what are you wanting from them? Are you just wanting them to get a kit because you've got a quota? Because that's going to come across. Are you wanting their daughter to feel like she has never felt, and mama to feel like a confident mama and be able to get that sleep that she needs? Are you wanting her labor to be amazing and it be a great experience because she's super nervous? What is it that you are wanting when you're sharing with these people? Because your heart's desire, it is going to come across, whether it is about them or whether it is about you or whether it is about, you know, just things. So anyways, it has been 34 minutes and I'm trying to keep these at 30 minutes. And yeah, so comment, tell me what you need, ask your questions. I will see what I can do to answer those questions for you guys. And we'll see you in the leadership groups. Chat soon. I never can turn this off right away. It's so funny.